Good indeedy. Do, 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 do,
Good
do,
indeed.
do, do, do. Worlds collide. Da, 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 da.
Shout outs to Nervo.
I'm sure we're going to get copyright claim from Volleyball World for that little ditty. Oh,
What's up,
man.
boys and girls?
Oh.
Welcome to the postgame show. It is Friday night live from VNL, Ottawa. My name's Rob St. Clair. This is Everett Delorme. It's day 4. Unfortunately, Canada is undefeated no more.
Yes.
They have been defeated 3-1 by Argentina, which exactly I called, unfortunately.
Yeah. Just don't. Okay, I've had enough of that already. Already, I've had enough of that. Yeah, it wasn't. You know what? We stuck. We were there for 2.5 sets.
Yep.
Right. We lost the first. Went down like 5-1, 6-2 in the second, and then brought it back, won the second.
Like kind of handily.
Kind of handily,
25-21.
We stayed patient. I heard patience a lot in that post-game interview. We were patient in the first set, and we'd kind of play out rallies and go toe-to-toe with them until Argentina made an error, and then we capitalized on a few different plays. We were tied 19-19 in the third. Lost 25-21.
Yeah.
And, you know, the fourth just wasn't pretty at that point. They had brought in Schwartz. I thought they should have brought in Schwartz at the end of the fourth. At the end of the third, we started to see Sclater struggle to put the ball away. I mean, the entire team struggled to put the ball away.
True.
They brought in Schwartz at the beginning of the fourth. And at that point, I mean, at one point it was like 20-12. Like it was big. It was an 8-point,
yeah, it was over.
8 or 9 point gap. So, I mean, plenty of takeaways from this.
Let's hear 'em.
I am pretty positive overall. There's a lot of good things to take away. I thought we fought well, and like especially when we were playing well, when we were patient, we were sticking well with them, and when we were doing it on a night where our guys weren't really playing that well. Mar was having an off night offensively. Also, there's no stats anywhere from this match.
Yes,
there's
correct.
been an internal issue like. Volleyball World's freaking out about it. Volleyball Canada's freaking out about it. So it's not just us being lazy. No one knows.
They're literally
no one knows.
Stats for this match do not exist.
Yes, not exist yet. So we're not entirely sure. But Mar didn't have a great night. Hogue didn't have a great night. Sclater didn't have a great night. The middles, Demyanenko started going for a little bit there. I thought he might have been the hottest hand of all the Canadians. But just all in all, not a great night, and we were still able to fight with them for a while. You know?
agree. Yeah, definitely. I think you said it well. You were very much in that match for 2.5 sets.
Yeah, we were there.
The turning point 100% was 19-19 in the third, where Argentina promptly went on a 5-1 run, and we're up 24-20, and won that set way more comfortably than anyone really expected. And I honestly don't think I know Canada wasn't good. I'm very curious to see the numbers because I don't think the offensive efficiency numbers were probably very good at all.
No.
But what I think it was you guys just got beat by a better team tonight. Argentina was really good.
Not only a better team, but a team that stylistically we just don't match up against.
Yes.
We haven't for years. They play such a highly skilled game that you really need to put pressure. You really need to overpower them to beat them. You really need to. One of the areas you really need to dominate in. And we're just too close to them. And against other teams, we can play tactically and we can play smart, and we can have decent ball control and just keep balls alive with our tenacity and our grit. Argentina just kind of takes that and deals with it so easily. So it's stylistically, it's a terrible matchup for us. I almost wonder if we should have let some other guys in earlier. We saw Melser late. We saw Brody come off the bench. Schwartz was in the fourth. Kind of saw a little bit of Jay Blanks towards the end as well. I almost wonder if we should have taken guys like Hogue and Mar off, especially if it wasn't clicking earlier in the fourth, just to rest them up a little bit for tomorrow night.
Maybe. I think there's still so much new stuff going on for this Canadian team. Obviously, we've talked to a lot of the guys this week. It's well documented, brand new coach, brand new system. Yeah. But Samelvoa is still going to put the guys in position to play the simplest volleyball that they can. And have as much success with the simplest volleyball that they can. Stephen Marr was telling you, they want to do simple things really well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there were some things that, and I talked to Luciano Cecco just now and asked him what he thought the keys were to the longer that rallies went,
the more
chances Argentina had to win. And there was one in particular, I think in the second set, where you guys got at least 2, maybe 3, like outstanding block touches.
Yeah.
Like really good containing blocks that Argentina had to scramble to take another swing
And then he switched it to the right side to Lima, and he put it off Burkle's hands.
There was that one, but I'm also thinking you guys, after working that hard, finally got a swing.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick Hogue hit a roll shot to the center of the court.
Yeah.
That Santiago Donati made look easy,
Mm-hmm.
and they ran it right back down your throats. I think that was while Kukartsev was in, which, by the way, I was surprised that he started it opposite. And
He did a pretty good.
I was
good
just
job
as
for a while.
surprised that he got pulled because I actually thought he was playing really well.
It was definitely at a juncture of the match. Like it was in the third, right? That they pulled Kukartsev, or was it in the second?
It was in the third.
It was in the third when Canada was still leading, and
Yes,
it was just at the juncture of the match where you could sort of tell he was starting to tail off a little bit, and he was starting to make some errors, and we were starting to pick up on him a little bit. And bringing in Bruno Lima, like his ability to find the block is world class. And if you're late, like just Argentina is so skilled at, like, how many times did we just see it just squirt through the block in the smallest of areas, and anyone else would have got blocked, and Argentina was just able to, like a rat, sneak through.
That was another one of the things about those long rallies that I thought Argentina did a little bit better than Canada tonight is the swings in relation to the block, and then the blocking. Like the transition blocking in those crazy long rallies is very, very hard. But it was Argentina who had the much better block discipline, I thought.
Much better.
There were seams in Canada's block to swing at.
Mm-hmm.
There kind of weren't seams in Argentina's block that were so easily exploitable, and it left you guys either trying to throw balls high or slap balls high, and they just led to those like pretty easily pursuable plays.
Yeah.
And there is a difference too in the ability of the attackers. Like Bruno Lima has the cannon to take tiny little spaces or high hands and pound that thing.
But also the skill, too.
Exactly.
Like the amount of times he's coming in and spotting the fact that one of our middles is late and going high, like hard off the side hands, and in a shot that like is like. There's so many times that I almost wish that they just made the switch that if you can't get there,
Pull.
don't.
Yeah.
Don't. Just do, because at that point, if he's trying to go for that shot, it's going way out of bounds, right? So
another guy that we need to talk about in relation to that exact situation was Jan Martinez, who came in off the bench now for the second night in a row. Last night he came in for Vicentin. Tonight he came in for Polonsky.
Yeah,
I actually love that 3 outside hitter crew for Argentina and the way that Martinez is being used. Because if you like, Polonsky and Vicentin are obviously significantly bigger, much better servers, much better blockers, much better out-of-system attackers. But the instant one of them starts to show some cracks in reception, they will bring Martinez in, and he does a very, very good job off the bench. And that is the guy that you can pull hands against, that you should just not block against. Because he is going to annoy you to pieces recycling the ball off the ball.
Yeah, but I also found that Vicentin was really damn good tonight.
He was.
Like, he kind of
Really
ate us
good.
alive. We were talking to Schwan, Vernon Evans at some point. He's like, bro, I don't even know who this dude is, and he's just going off. Like, this guy's good. Ultimately, you know, I think in the Discord they're saying it that I think we just got beat by a better team tonight. Argentina looks really good. You know, Argentina could easily be 3-0 right now, right? Had last night's go, like, had they gotten 1 or 2 bounces their way, right? So this is a team, I think, that has recycled well. I'm not going to say they've retooled, because I think they've just recycled. They have, like, some of the guys that have still been in the system and brought them all back, because they look really good. This is a playoff team for sure.
Oh, Argentina,
And
without question.
I would not put it against them to pull off an upset at some in the quarterfinals. And if they can get into that, I think it's not out of the question to get into that semifinal round. You're going to have to bring your A game against Argentina.
Definitely.
Especially when Cecco's playing this way.
Definitely. I think that you guys would have had a much better chance against Argentina tonight had they not lost a heartbreaker to Brazil. Because there were moments when Argentina tonight had a chance to kind of step on Canada's throats that they did. And I think that killer instinct may have come from letting that match yesterday ever so slightly slip away against their hated rival, that they came out tonight with a little bit more of a killer instinct. They were very difficult to score against.
Very difficult. But I mean, I also think that's partly just due to us. Like, I think we would have had a much better game tonight if Stephen Marr had a better game.
Sure.
You know, like Marr has not been fantastic yet. Like even the other night against Cuba, he wasn't great. Like we're still waiting for that classic Mar performance. And
Yeah, we don't have the stats yet, but I agree with you on the eye test.
just the eye test, it wasn't quite there, and we're really struggling without Riley Barnes right now. I think Barnes would be a perfect guy to come
Lepke.
in. Yeah, absolutely. Like when you think about EFL and Barnes and how that lineup could be leveled out, it would be great. But you know what? We're going with what we have at the moment, and I absolutely think that if we talk to Steve Amar right now, he could tell you that there's more for him to give. Not necessarily more for him to give, because I think he's the type of guy that he's going to give you whatever is in the tank on that given day. But his tank wasn't full today.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
100%.
I think Canada got beat by a better team tonight. Argentina looks very good. I'm all around impressed. Augustin Lozier is so good.
So good.
He's amazing.
Especially with Cecco.
Oh, my God.
Give it a few years, but I wouldn't be surprised if at a certain point we're talking maybe not at the same level, but maybe in the same breadth as
Bruno and Lucas.
Bruno Lucas.
Yeah, I think
or Cecco Simone.
I don't know if their window together is going to be long enough because Cecco's 35, but my goodness, Augustin Lozier is good. And I asked Cecco about that tonight after the game, and you can hear his answers about. I mean, he said that he's been blessed to play with unbelievable middles, but he did talk a little bit about how they're able to create spacing with him, and it's insane to watch, especially from the baseline. Obviously, the best way to watch volleyball. But the lateral drift and the speed and the deceptiveness, and it would be a nightmare to block against those two guys.
I know that, like, for me, their old middle duo of Soler and Creer for Argentina were always so difficult to play against because they created space with their body placement. Yep. And oftentimes, especially North American middles, like we're very chest forward and come in and kind of hit quickly. But they would go up with the ball and create space for themselves by backing up and wait and then pick where they were. And it's funny, we were talking to Schwan about his time playing with Soleil at Perugia a few years ago, and he said it was insane the things that he was able to do because of his ability to be patient and wait and hit that ball in different windows. I think Chen Inyeze might be the best guy to do that in the world right now.
Even longer.
But Lozier is his footwork, and Lozier is also, because he's so small, he's also playing a same type of game almost as Kokanovsky, where his footwork is so good, and his ability to close to the setter in just a step and have his spacing. You never see him get jammed. You never see him reaching for balls. He's always in that perfect position, and he's always giving that window for Cecco to set to, and even Naporo when he's at Milano or Sanchez if he's in. He's a setter's delight as a middle.
100%. And what's funny is you mentioned Lozier is a little smaller. I always thought the same thing, but when I interviewed him after the Italy match on Tuesday, like, I'm 6'4". He dwarfed me.
You're not 6'4".
Sure I am.
You're not.
He's 6'7". Like
he's 6'6", because you're not 6'4".
Sure.
We're gonna measure this later.
All
There's
right.
no way Rob is 6'4". Like I tell people I'm 6'3", and I'm it's close. I'm 6'3" on the roster. Actually, I'd be 6'4" on the roster.
Oh, I was 6'4" actually. I never
There's no way.
I never wrote 6'5" on the roster, but I might have been able to get away with it. Anyway, Lozier is not as small as we thought he is, but his speed off the ground, and he really is a treat to watch. He really is. Yeah. And I fortunately for Canada, and I can't remember if the U.S. plays them down the line. I'm pretty sure we do. We're going to have a very difficult time stopping that man. He's very good.
Anyone in the world is going to have a difficult time stopping that man. Even more so when he's getting set by El Maestro Luciano Cecco.
What a monster he is. Our friend Tujax, who's one of our scorers this week, told me a story as he was coming out the tunnel about Cecco. Like, there were, I think, 2 plays that we were laughing at about Cecco. Like, one where he tried to bump set a ball about 60 feet,
way across the court,
not even close,
and like casually, like this is like serve and pass shenanigans.
And then the other was he tried to back bump set a middle,
and
neither of them worked. And we were both like, you know what Cecco's saying right now? He's like, guys, do you know how cool that would have been?
Yeah, he was definitely going back to that. I'd be like, guys, that would have been awesome. You know how cool that would have been?
Guys, that would have been so cool. But I don't know if you heard Tujax tell me this.
I haven't.
So there was a ball in the 3rd, maybe 4th set. Argentina was on the far side from us here, and Cecco went to go chase a ball down by the scorer's table and kind of like went around the barrier on his sideline He got the ball. He brought it back. And Two Jacks heard him crystal clear. Like, as he went around, as he got the ball, he went, whoop.
I absolutely love
he
that.
He read that ball down, sidestepped the barrier, and went, whoop, as he brought it back. That is straight from Two Jacks.
Bro,
straight from the source. He's sitting right next to him.
You can tell he's just out there to ball. Practice? We talk about practice. You know, I obviously we haven't been in the gym. I've barely been to the gym because I had to pick up your ass when Argentina was practicing on Monday. But yeah, I bet you he just sits on, like, you know, just like plays with the ball, hangs out. That dude is just so natural.
He's so casual.
Just so casual.
You guys are really going to like the interview I had with him when we get it up tonight. It was his personality in an interview, even speaking English, which is his third, maybe fourth language. He's that guy.
He was just his whole demeanor really surprised me coming over.
Yeah.
As soon as he came over, I was just like, oh, this dude's a dude.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, and like he's here to hang out.
So give me like one more Team Canada take before we move on to the other match that we saw. I mean, there's unfortunately for you guys and very fortunately for me, it does not get any easier tomorrow.
You're saying that again. Definitely does not get any easier. But in the same vein that, like, you can get up to, like, whereas like you know, maybe shouldn't say this, but as soon as Danny Demyanko came over for our interview, he's like, bro, these guys are so annoying to play against, right? And that's
Luke
just
Kerr said the same thing
that there's just like, it's the worst matchup for us. Whereas you can always, as a Canadian, you can always get, you know, at least a half chub to play the USA, right? You can always get it up to play the USA. Like the USA is like that 10 where she calls and it's late at night and you've been kind of going at it on yourself at time, and you're just like, hey, yeah, we can do this, absolutely. It's just playing against the USA. It gets you up, and we're the clear underdogs, which is where we love to be playing against the United States. That being said, y'all look really good. Y'all look really good.
Some things I need to show the camera.
Oh yeah. Bring those out.
Yeah,
I think we should give Arthur the start.
I agree.
I think we should give Arthur the start because
Ryan Slater will get clamped 6 times by TJ DeFalco and get benched midway through the first set.
Yeah, there's it's just not good of a matchup. Let's just chuck some high balls to Arthur and see if he can catch fire. And if Arthur can have a good game, and if Mark can have a good game, and if Landon Curry keeps passing the ball like he is,
Curry looks
like,
awesome.
Holy shit, Landon Curry, you are him. His demeanor, the way he's come in, you know, you guys know I've always been a huge fan of Justin Louis for a long time coming now. But man, Landon Curry has continued to impress the shit out of me. Plays good defense. He makes good digs. His communication is just his demeanor in between points is fantastic. He's like a little bulldog yapping away, and he just doesn't shut up. He's going to be at your ankles all day long.
Love him.
And the fact that he's like this in game 2 of his career, I cannot wait to see what he looks like at the end of the year, in 2 years, 3 years. Not coming at a perfect time, just on like the heels of the announcement of retirement of Blair Ban.
The joke when Blair Ban retired was that he saw Curry play one game. And he's like, "Yep, they're in good hands. I'm good. I can step away."
Yeah, I almost feel like that's the case. Or like, Ban, you know I love you, but almost like
Ban.
he was just like watched him play, and he's like, well, shit. I don't know if I can do this anymore.
The same way Dan Lewis watched Blair Ban once upon a time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot like different styles between Lewis and Ban. A lot of similarities between Ban and
Curry.
And Curry. And there was an American. One of the American staff members was like, I really like Curry. He reminds me of Eric Shoji a lot. And our agent friend also echoed those sentiments.
I could see it. So tomorrow, I just want to remind people of our wager. Because the United States is the favorite, the only thing that Everett would have to do when Canada loses is wear a United States T-shirt.
Which to keep the T-shirt?
No.
No.
I know exactly the United States T-shirt that you will wear to interview Team Canada.
Is it clean at least?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You will wear a United States T-shirt to interview Team Canada after they lose to the U.S. But if the impossible happens.
The impossible. Don't act like we're not like, you know. Don't act like we're straw men in the field out here try to scare away crows. Like, there's a chance.
If the impossible happens, I will put on all of these things. Some Canada temporary tattoos, some red and white Canada face
We got
paint,
some pins here.
some pins, some buttons. I will adorn myself with these stupid Maple Volley themed things,
Whoa.
Maple Leaf themed things,
Chill out.
and I will interview the United States after the loss wearing these things if somehow we lose that match. That is what I will do.
If that's the case, I feel like we need to talk to Holt and Averill again, because they were cheap. They were beaking a little bit in the interview, and you know,
What about how sure they were that they're going to clap you boys?
I don't think they said that. They're classy men.
I'm
You're
gonna
the
say
one who
that.
lacks class.
I'm going to say
But yeah, it's. I mean,
spicy got ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one for sure. I know that I love watching Canada USA. This will be my third one watching in person.
I've only watched one, and we
2018,
lost.
and now.
Yeah, I watched the 2019 one in the Chicago Burbs where we lost to the debut of Brett Walsh and Ryan Slater. I did not like that match. Gord Perrin shithoused Matt Anderson twice in a row. I did not like that very much. So,
I miss Gord.
Yeah, don't we all?
I mean, I just miss Gord on the sidelines. He used to just like look at me and like give me a little wink and a smile. It made me feel all
Gord's
warm
cool.
and fuzzy
I really
inside.
enjoyed meeting him last year. All right, we got another match we got to talk about. Let's talk about Italy versus Cuba from earlier today. I was right. Italy 3-1. Cuba looks bad.
Cuba, like, press the panic button.
Yes.
Press the panic button. Can someone make that meme, actually? Bassy Lassie. Is that you making the memes? Press the panic button. Like, Cuba needs to press the panic
Bassy
button.
Lassie made some memes earlier today that were almost too good. That were
I told them those ones are going in the Hall of Fame. Oh,
God damn it. They were almost too good, and I think it might be a little bit of a problem. We might need to direct some of his energy into a more productive thing. So it's there are many memes to be made about Cuba. Cuba is the most meme-worthy team in the VNL right now, and we're going to have to start associating them with the R word here pretty shortly.
absolutely. Absolutely, because you know what? I think there's a lot of positives to take from Canada's losses. There's not a lot of positives to take from Cuba's losses.
Correct.
3 matches in, and Lopez finally served his first ace this match. He's only got 2 of them. This guy's supposed to be the best server in the world, and he's shooting blanks out here, right? Like it's really bad.
Herrera was not good.
No.
Tabawada is terrible, but they put in Thondike to start the 4th set, and honestly, he wasn't great. There were some setting errors there.
Herrera -4 efficiency.
Yep, not good.
6 for 23.
Lopez was
7
okay.
errors.
Yant started. He was okay. The passing was bad as usual. The serving was bad.
Lopez was okay, and it was his best match of the
Yeah,
tournament
he's
so
got to
far.
be better.
Best match of the tournament so far. It's funny. I've heard that Druzga's dad on the Polish broadcast was just saying that the Cuban coach is just not that good.
Well,
outright.
I think he deserves a lot more blame than we're giving him because we don't really know anything about this Nicolas Vives character. I think is his name. He sucks. He
Honestly,
can't do anything.
I've seen him just smiling after matches and talking to people and bro, if I ever no.
This is VNL, man.
Bro, I used to be so scared to ask Hogue for an interview. Sometimes after bad losses, there's no way I was asking Hogue for an interview.
Glenn, yeah.
Absolutely not. That's Vincent Pichette or Dan Lewis. That's when those guys came in. Tonight, Mike Hawkins was my guy for that. And even Ben, Ben would always be gracious enough, whether it's at Trinity or with the national team, to give me an interview after losses. But there's no way I'm seeing him smile. No.
Yeah,
Hell no!
Cuba's coach is really bad. I think Ronnie has told us before
Many times
that when Robert Landy Simone is around, Simone is actually the coach of the Cuban team.
Oh, I've seen it too.
Oh, yeah.
I've absolutely seen it too. I remember back at the NORCECA Championships back in 2019, there was a distinct moment. They lost to the USA, pumped by the A2 team. With Ma'an and DeFalco, all those guys.
And then they steamrolled through the rest of the tournament.
No, they didn't. No one remembers this. They almost lost to Puerto Rico in the quarterfinals.
Really?
Puerto Rico and them were, there was a moment where it was tied 1-1. Puerto Rico was leading in the 3rd, and Simone snapped. And Simone started going after it. And then Cuba, went on to be, and that was when he kind of, took over. I visually saw it. And I was like, oh, we'll see about tomorrow night, and that's when the world find out about Miguel Lopez. That's for damn sure.
As well
but
documented on this very YouTube channel.
There's no doubt about it in my mind that Simone coaches that team, and they are missing him terribly right now.
Agreed.
Terribly right now.
They should, while he's resting playing, they should literally just suit him up as the coach, like straight up. Italy today was good. They were very good on offense, I thought, across the board. I thought they dealt with Cuba's serve when it was in bounds. I thought they dealt with it pretty well. I really liked Giovanni Sanguinetti a lot in the middle.
More and more. 7 for 9 today, 67% efficiency.
Serving as well. He's very productive. Paulo Porro went 4 for 4, and I got to interview him. That was a 2 years of jokes coming full circle. That was kind of nice. I talked to Mattia Botolo as well, who was good.
I feel like this weekend has been a redemption weekend for some of our victims.
Yes,
let's say
indeed.
The victims of our jokes have kind of redeemed themselves. Me and Piazza are besties. He's sending winks across the hall to me. You know, you and
Piazza's a G.
Piazza is a G.
Piazza's a G. It's cool to talk to Piazza. I mean, you've been the one to cultivate that friendship, but the reason why I think these people are fun to make fun of, but now that we like them, is because they have personalities.
Yeah.
It's because they're characters, and because when they have success, they are willing to open up those characters to us directly because we're here, and I love it.
But we talked to Porro a little bit today, and it was interesting, and I kind of like his game now. Now that I see it, I low-key understand why he's a starter in the Superliga.
Yeah, I kind of do too, and he was even saying like he loved his attacking performance today. He likes his serving. He is actually a low-key good server, and he says
low-key, high-key.
And there are some things in his setting game that he said he wanted to work on. And I'm like, that is a kid that it is hard to dislike.
Yeah, truly, it truly is. But
good for Italy. They needed this win badly.
They did.
Cuba.
What are we looking at for the world rankings right now?
Ooh. So Italy's not going to jump up that much because of that win. They stayed where they were. So Italy is 6th. Cuba is down to 13th.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was where they were before. They've lost.
How did they only lose 1 point? I guess Italy's quite high
better than them. Yeah. They're down about 17 points in 3 matches.
Good.
Canada is.
It hasn't updated yet.
It hasn't updated yet. Okay.
But I'm sure we won't lose that many points for losing to Argentina, who's ahead of us.
You shouldn't.
So yeah, it's what we were talking about Italy. Italy was good today.
Yep.
Italy was, but we expect them. Like, I don't think Italy played significantly better than they have the past couple days.
It was exactly. I mean, you can visualize it this way.
Yeah.
Italy's range is here. Cuba's range is here. Wherever you find Cuba in relation to Italy, that's how that match is going to go. And today, Italy was here, Cuba was down here somewhere. 3-1 Italy, game over. Like that is very much that simple.
Yeah, without a doubt, Cuba's all over the place. And the scary thing is what happens when Cuba does, if and when Cuba does figure it out.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't, man.
Because they're.
Yeah, obviously they're going to be scary, and they play Brazil tomorrow as their last match of the week.
Domingo.
Domingo.
Sábado,
is Saturday.
yeah.
It doesn't get any easier for them. So overnight, so the schedule is a little bit weirder for tomorrow, at least here in Ottawa.
No, it's better.
It is better.
Way better. Except we won't get lunch.
Tonight we've got just about midnight. We've got France versus Slovenia.
That'll be a good one.
I think will be a good one.
Let's go crush some beers.
I am looking forward to that.
Maybe we just throw in a quick little live stream as we watch and talk some shit.
I'm not against that. I think of all nights, because tomorrow the first game in Ottawa is at 1 p.m. instead of 11 a.m. Tonight might be the drunk stream night.
Oh, people.
It might be.
It might be.
It just might be.
It was too bad we don't have alcohol. We would need I wish we had shots.
Boy. There's always solutions to. Well, not in Ontario, they're not. But if we need to get after it, we can get after it.
We'll might shotgun a few.
Shotgunning tall boys, my favorite pastime. Anyway, we might have ourselves a night tonight. France-Slovenia is actually kind of a good game. Iran versus China, 3-0 Iran, I hope. Japan versus Bulgaria, 3-0 Japan. Let me hear your picks. Oh, I didn't pick France and Slovenia. I'm going to go France 3-2.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hard. Honestly. Honestly, I just kind of had a brain right there. Yeah, I think France is rolling right now, and I think it's just going to be a little ugly for them. So I think they're going to – I'm going to say France 3-1, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm going to say Iran 3-1.
Okay.
And I'm going to say Japan 3-1.
Okay. Giving them all a set.
Yeah, because we did have who was it? It was Peter in the Discord who added a little note about
Bulgaria being better than we're
exactly
giving them credit for.
And that Konstantinov has already made progress. And he was saying, you're literally sleeping when they play.
Which is true.
Which is once again why we love the Discord.
Yes.
Right? Because we value all of your opinions. I mean,
like,
not all of them are
seriously.
good. Not all of them are good. There's a few we've got a few stooges in the Discord.
We've got a few
We
people.
love you all the same because it creates conversation. Except when you talk about politics. We're going to have an internal conversation about, you all in the Discord talking about politics.
Yeah, we've got to keep it to volleyball a little bit here, boys and
seriously.
girls. It comes with the territory of the Discord growing so much. But, there are so many of you that really do significantly bring a lot of value. And a take that's saying Bulgaria is actually better than they look and you should not sleep on them, even though we are literally sleeping on them.
Is much appreciated.
Seriously, it is.
Much appreciated,
yeah. So that's good news. I mean, a coaching change can make a difference, and even though it's the same cast of characters, when the rest of this tournament, when we're back at home and we're watching games just like the rest of you guys, it will be easier for us to watch both sites. We're so engrossed in what's going on here in Ottawa. Gord Perrin to Halkbank Ankara, I did see that. Him and Ingapet. Spy a C.
We might need to take a little trip to Europe next year.
Yeah, that would be cool. And then coming up tomorrow, Germany versus Italy, 1 p.m. I guess we're going to do the pregame show before that, eh?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's going to be a little weird. We're going to have to get here and find a place to do the show. We'll figure it out. We'll tell you guys in the Discord. So we won't pick any of the Ottawa games because we should be able to preview all three of them. Yeah,
we will preview all three of them. But yeah, I think we should go home and watch France versus Slovenia. I think that should be entertaining if Slovenia doesn't shit the bed. They've been weird so far this year.
They have been weird. Also, John in the chat, Bratsoev is bad. That is a fact, and he needs to not play anymore. Bulgaria's old, fat, bald setter. He needs to not play anymore. Saganov needs to start every game.
I just like watching him play because of the silly faces he makes, especially in between points.
I would be so over it if I were a Bulgarian fan. I'm scared for USA Canada as a Canadian. Good, you should be.
No. We're gonna fight. We're gonna
Otherwise,
fight.
I'm gonna have to wear all of these while I interview my favorite players.
Stranger
in the world.
things have happened.
Please, John Sparral. I did tell him in my interview with him yesterday that we do have a wager on this. He said, "Oh, I bet you do." So he is aware of the stakes, and if he plays a bench against Canada and loses, I will be very upset.
Sparral. We connected first. I've interviewed you plenty more times than you've talked to this stooge. Throw me a bone here. Right, for me, mostly because you want to see him in makeup and stuff like that, and in tattoos.
Much rather see you wear a United States T-shirt, and that's what's going to happen.
Spra, come on, we homies. Throw me a bone here.
So let's go home. We'll get home just in time, in plenty of time to crack a couple cold ones and turn on France versus Slovenia. And there is a very good chance, boys and girls, that we will be live again here on YouTube later tonight.
Yeah, you might have to be a member though. Oh, it's actually no. We'll just do it
unlisted and link only for the Discord.
Yeah, maybe.
Because we're gonna say some things that we don't totally want on the public record, as is tradition with the drunk streams.
Yeah, you're gonna dominate conversation and change the topic. You'll ask a question and then answer by changing the topic.
Doesn't sound like anything I would do.
Okay.
Wonderful. Happy Friday night, boys and girls.
Joe, do you want to come hang out for the drunk stream?
No, we're doing a Discord meetup tomorrow, by the way. So if you're watching this and if you're in Ottawa, I was talking to our two friends, Ryan, Storm Kiko and 2Jacks. We decided
Ryan squared.
Yeah, we're going to go out in Ottawa with the Discord tomorrow. So if you guys are around.
If you are around, yeah, for sure.
We'll be out tomorrow after Canada versus USA. So stick around the Glebe neighborhood, as I believe it is known, and we'll have some fun.
Yeah, we'll just be here in Lansdowne.
Oh, that's the even smaller area.
Yeah, that's
TD Place.
The immediate place that we are in.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, we did a Discord meetup last year. It was very fun. We will run it back tomorrow night. So get ready.
Yeah, for sure.
I think let's get out of here, eh?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
What do you feel like? You want pizza or?
Whatever. We'll drive down. What is it? Bank Street there and figure it out.
It's like shawarma, McDonald's.
Had McDonald's this morning.
We did have McDonald's this morning. We've had a lot of shawarma.
We have.
I'm almost feeling like a pizza. Maybe we can see if Milano's or something is still open.
Yella's watching. Hey, Yella, you're awesome.
Who's?
Yella, the mental coach for Team Canada. I did show him the tattoos that.
Yeah, I saw that
as an incentive.
Yeah, you were talking so much shit all in front of like all the entire Team Canada
Good.
staff and like professional guys.
I wanted them all to know.
Oh man, Brad was saying he's gonna take your pass and you're gonna be outside. I'm gonna come in here and do the shows on my own while you knock on the outside. This is where we need to cut to a scene of it raining outside of TD Place and you just knocking on the
somebody
window.
Can make that meme in the Discord for sure.
Okay,
let's get out of here.
Oh, where you get that steak sandwich?
Oh, dude, that sounds awesome. See you, people. Thanks for watching. We'll be back either late tonight, probably, or tomorrow before the afternoon games in Ottawa. Join the Discord. Links in the description. That's where we will describe when and where for the drunk stream.
I might have to do this again tomorrow. But big shout out to Sam Sam from Kingston.
Yeah.
For saving my life tonight.
Yes, our friend Sam and his dad Jay were hanging out with us down at the baseline, and Everett was filming. Almost got smoked by a volleyball, but our friend Sam protected him. That was cool.
We've had Volleyball World people being like, "What, are you guys famous? Should I get your picture too?" We're like, I don't know, maybe you can give us back our Instagram instead.
Maybe that.
Yeah, let's just cut this shit.
Good night, boys and girls. Let's get out of here.